So I have been going over my comments for like 5 hours, and unfortunately I had my settings set on review first. I didn't know it. I thought, man, every channel's got people commenting on their videos. There's nobody comments on my videos. I'm just not that bright. It's like, man, in a lot of my videos, like I put it out there pretty strong. Like I don't sugarcoat my words. So I figured there'd be like some people that were just really upset with me, and there's lots of them. It's great. Okay, that's why I do these videos. Is like I want to stir up emotion with these videos, and let's look at the Bible. What are these people talking about? Let's look at it. So we're gonna look at Rick Joyner. All right, this guy. So Rick Joyner. I was going to do a different video about, a few different videos about Rick Joyner, but I came across this, and I thought to myself, okay, so the video I was going to do, I'm not going to do now, is that he was telling everybody that we have the authority over any viruses, and that he's going to control it, and I was like, yeah, he's got the authority over the crisis that we're facing right now. This is back in January. I said, well, let's put him on a plane, send him over to China. You can stop the virus there. Obviously they changed their theology like the wind. But this one here, this is like a 1.5-minute clip. We're going to listen to that, what he says, because it's shocking. This is probably one of the most shocking videos I've done, in my opinion. I can't believe he said this out loud. It's remarkable. So let's listen to it together, and we're going to look at the Bible, and that's it. Okay, let's listen.
Highest influence in the world. And watch it unfold now. That was part of the message. Yes, Bob Jones did prophesy that he said when the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, certain things would happen, that it would happen on such a prophetic day when it's remarkable. And all the twos that came together over that Kansas City's second Super Bowl victory, the 222nd victory of their coach. I mean, there's just so many things.
It's like omen reading.
There are many scriptures that are going to start to unfold. But one of them that was Bob's prophecy, when that happens, he said the chief apostles were going to appear. The real apostles. Paul talked about not being inferior to the most eminent. That word's chief apostles. So there were apostles and then chief apostles.
The chief apostles.
It was like there were many apostles named in the New Testament. I think there are 27 different apostles named. And yet there were some that were definitely of a different stature. The apostles and elders that met in the Council of Jerusalem to deal with some of the ultimate issues facing the church, for example, and other. There are levels of authority in the Lord's kingdom.
Okay, so it all comes back to authority, and he's like he's your old grandpa. He's sitting on the porch, but don't be deceived. This guy has caused tremendous damage in the body of Christ. Now he's talking about the chief apostles, and I'm like the most undereducated guy you'll meet, and but I have the spirit of truth in me, and I read my Bible every day. I memorize the Bible in English and Spanish. So I think to myself, wait a second, chief apostles, what is he talking about? I never came across that. I've read my Bible many times. Chief apostle. So I looked it up. All right, so let's get into it. And we're gonna listen. Okay, let's get into this here. Boom. 3 verses. So I did a Google search, and chief apostles not even in the Bible. But in Hebrews 1, it says, therefore, holy brothers and sisters who share in the heavenly calling, fix your eyes on Jesus, who we acknowledge as our apostle and high priest. Okay, so Jesus is the chief apostle. And all apostle means is a sent one. So like a missionary, okay? But these people are talking about a completely different thing. They're talking about the apostolic overseeing power of authority, and now the chief apostles are going to rise after Bob Jones did the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Yes, I just said that out loud. The Super Bowl prophecy. I might actually do another one of them, because all the phony falsies talked about when Kansas City win the Chiefs. Some of the news articles was Armageddon was going to happen. All these things are going to happen, and of course, the greater revival. And he's talking about the super apostles. Okay, so part of the video you watched, he said that Paul referred to the chief apostles. Okay, that's verbatim. We'll watch the clip one more time, but let's read the Bible verse right away. So I've been searching for this. Paul's talking about chief apostles. So here in 2 Corinthians 11:5, if you want, go to, it's called Bible Hub. They got all the different translations. I love the King James, New King James, and there's many church translations I like. Here it is here. I do not think I'm going to refer to the super apostles. If you go all the way down to the King James, the old King James, it says here, "For I suppose I was not a whit behind the very chiefest apostles." So there it is. We've discovered chiefest apostles. "Thou wast goeth yondereth." So if I lived 500 years ago, I'd read the King James version. That was in 1611. I got away with numbers. Okay, here we go. So Paul did talk about the super apostles. Okay, and this is what I believe he's referring to, because he says verbatim. We'll listen to it again. He says Paul refers to the super or the chief apostles, but Paul did talk about super apostles. We're going to read it because it's shocking. Listen to this. "I hope you will put up with me a little foolishness. Yes, put up with me. I am jealous for you with a godly jealousy. I promise you to one husband, to Christ, so that I might present you as a pure virgin to him. But I am afraid that just as Eve was deceived by the serpent's cunning, your minds may somehow be led astray from your sincere and pure devotion to Christ." Okay? "For if someone comes to you and preaches a Jesus other than the Jesus we preach, or if he preaches a different spirit from the spirit you received, or a different gospel." See, there's so much to this video. I'm just not smart enough to show it all to you, but literally, you're seeing this manifest in front of, what's his name? Rick Joyner. He calls himself a prophet, and he's preaching stuff that's not in the Bible. Listen to what it says. Or a different gospel. The gospel is the Bible. "From the one you accepted, you put up with it easily enough. I do not think that I am least inferior to the super apostles." This is what Rick Joyner is talking about. "I may indeed be untrained as a speaker." I love Paul. But I do have knowledge. We have made this perfectly clear to you in every way. With it as sin for me to lower myself in order to elevate you by preaching the gospel to you free of charge." So Paul is preaching the gospel free of charge, and the super apostles were charging money. Nothing's changed in 2,000 years. These creeps that are distorting and twisting the Bible and making up all these Super Bowl prophecies. Back then, I don't know what they were playing, but I'm sure they had some Super Bowl prophecies back then, and the super apostles were doing it. Okay, "I robbed the other churches by receiving support from them, so to serve you." So Paul's the man. Well, Jesus is the man. He's good. "And when I was with you and needed something, I was not a burden to anyone, for the brothers who came from Macedonia supplied what I needed. I had kept myself from being a burden to you in any way, and will continue to do so. As surely as the truth of Christ is in me, nobody in the region of forgive me, will stop this boasting of mine. Why? Because I do not love you. God knows I do. Now listen to this. And I will keep on doing what I am doing in order to cut the ground from under those who want an opportunity to be considered equal with us in the things that they boast of. For such people are false apostles, deceitful workers, masquerading as apostles of Christ. And no wonder Satan himself masquerades himself as an angel of light. Is it not surprising that if his servants also masquerade as servants of righteousness, their end will be what their actions deserve? There Rick Joyner is on the porch, spouting off it's right out of the book of, they call it the book of Bob Jones. Okay, they don't preach out of the Bible. Well, they use the Bible as like a prop. He takes money from Christians. He gives false prophecies and false predictions and lying visions and false dreams. And he covers, his spiritual covering is over people like Todd Bentley. He's involved with Patricia King. All the angel fed, the gold glitter, gold dust, heretical, blasphemous teachers that we have preying on Christians right now. Rick Joyner is like the captain. And here he is talking about the super apostles like the Super Bowl is going to usher in the super apostles, and the Bible very clearly describes, crystal clear, the super apostles or the chief apostles he's talking about are satanic. How in the world can he get away with preaching that? The problem that we have is that people that listen to all of these false prophets don't read their Bibles. It's amazing to me what they can get away with. Literally, it's not in the Bible. He's literally talking about Paul and the chief apostles, and the chief apostles are false prophets. They're of Satan. Okay, so listen to the last bit, and then we're done with this video. You know, it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Like, how does he get away with this? How do people still follow him? All right, just listen to it.
Highest influence in the world. And watch it unfold now. That was part of the message. Yes, Bob Jones did prophesy that the Kansas City, he said when the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, certain things would happen, that it would happen on such a prophetic day when it's remarkable. And all the twos that came together over that Kansas City's second Super Bowl victory, the 222nd victory of their coach. I mean, there's just so many things. Well, there are many scriptures that are going to start to unfold. But one of them that was Bob's prophecy, when that happens, he said the chief apostles were going to appear. The real apostles. You know, Paul talked about not being inferior to the most eminent. That was chief apostles. So there were apostles and then chief apostles. It was like there were many apostles.
I just can't believe he's saying this. It doesn't get any more dark or satanic. That could be one of the most satanic things I've heard somebody say with a straight face on a Christian program. He's literally talking about false apostles and people. It says, what was it, the verse? It's unbelievable. I just can't believe you'd say this out loud. Okay, I'll end with this. And I will keep on doing what I am doing in order to cut the ground from under those who want an opportunity to be consistently equal with us in things that they are boasting about. For such people are false apostles, deceitful workers, masquerading as apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. It is not surprising then, if his servants also masquerade as servants of righteousness. Their end will be what their actions deserve. Well, I pray for Rick Joyner. I pray for anyone that thinks that that guy is a prophet of God. You know, and that is probably one of the most stunning examples of a man that has lost his way, to refer to the super apostles and that somehow the Super Bowl prophecy is going to usher them in. If he just read his Bible, well, and that's where it comes in. You know, I'm convinced that there are certain people that have crept in the church that are like straight up 1,000,000% Luciferian Satanists. You know, they get off. They have infiltrated the churches. You know, and you know, it's their pleasure. They get away with it. They know they can. It's amazing to me. You know. Anyways, I pray the Lord bless you, and thank you for commenting on all my little videos. And we'll keep going. Have a blessed day. Bye.